Okay, next is what is heat and what is temperature? Heat class is a form of energy that is transferred between system or object with different temperature or flowing from the temperature system to the low temperature system, also referred to as heat energy or a thermal energy, and heat is typically measured as the BTU or the calories or a joule. But when we say temperature class, it is a physical quantity that expresses the hotness and the coldness of an object. Okay, hot or cold. In your day-to-day life, you come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Example, tea hat and ice cream or ice is cold. Usually we can identify them by touching or through sense of touching. But we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold because sometimes it may deceive us. Because sometimes we tend to be parang hindi natin alam na yung bagay pala na ating nahawakan ay mainit. And then yung isang bagay naman ay malamig. Di ba sometimes pag nagluluto tayo, nagtatakat, ay mainit pala tong bagay na to, sorry naman. Di ba yung mga ganung bagay tayo na nararanasan sa loob ng ating bahay o experience po natin yon. Okay? Then how do we find out how hot an object really is? Depende kung if you want to touch, then po natin malalaman at some of them, para malaman nating mainit, we can use a device para makita po natin yung measurement o measure ng isang temperature, whether it's a hot or a cold, yung isang object. So there are four measuring temperature class, okay? We have the clinical thermometer, we have the laboratory thermometer, we have the maximum thermometer or the maximum minimum thermometer, and the digital thermometer. This is how it looks like glass, the clinical thermometer. The clinical thermometer that measures our body temperature called clinical thermometer. So clinical thermometer consists of long, narrow, uniform glass tube, and it has a bulb here in one end which contains mercury. So the outside of the bulb is a shining thread of mercury can be seen. We can also scale on a thermometer using the degrees Celsius. Okay, the clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of the human body. So the temperature of human body does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above or hindi siya pwedeng tumaas ng 42 degrees Celsius. And then that is the reason that the thermometer has the range of 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. So how to use a clinical thermometer? So first, we need to wash the thermometer, preferably with the antiseptic solution. Why? Because sometimes the clinical thermometer are inserted, or clinical thermometer is inserted sometimes to our butt o sa ating puwet, sa ating anus. And then, sometimes sa ating singit, pwede po siyang ilagay doon. Okay, para kumuha ng temperature. Now, if we tend to forgot na nahugasan, tapos sinubo natin sa bunganga, so may tendency na magkakaroon po tayo ng bacterial infection. So, remember, pag gumamit po ng clinical thermometer, dapat hugasan at dapat antiseptic solution ginagamit. Then you hold it firmly and give it with few jerks, or the jerks will bring the level mercury down, ensure that it falls below rather the 35 degrees Celsius. 'Di ba pag when we say jerks, ito po yung pag pinalo po natin siya, parang niyuyugyug natin yung clinical thermometer, dapat yung mercury bumaba. Okay? Para tayo makapag-umpisang magkuha ng temperatura sa ating katawan. Okay, now place the bulb of the thermometer under your tongue. Pwede po under your tongue. After 1 minute, take the thermometer out and know that the reading, this is your body temperature. So the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Temperature should always be stated with the units of degree o degree Celsius. Lagi po tandaan. May mga precautions sa paggamit ng clinical thermometer kasi very hazard or harmful. Kasi may nilalaman po tong mercury. So once na mabasag yung clinical thermometer, delikado po talaga. Kaya ngayon po, hindi na po masyado ginagamit itong uri ng device para makuha ang ating lagnat. Marami na pong ibang bagay or device na pwede natin gamitin except po dito sa clinical thermometer. We need to handle the thermometer with care because if it hits against some hard object, it can break. So don't hold the thermometer with a bulb while reading it. So ito yung mga bagay class na dapat ating tatandaan na ang clinical thermometer ay harmful pero ang kagandahan lang po, accurate po ang pagbigay ng measure pagdating po sa temperatura ng ating katawan. Next is this one is a laboratory thermometer. Ito yung ginagamit sa loob ng science lab. Pag nagme-measure tayo ng hotness or coldness na mas mababa sa negative 10 degrees Celsius or mas mataas sa 110 degrees Celsius, mas maganda po gamitin ang laboratory thermometer. Okay, may mga precaution ang paggamit ng laboratory thermometer. Okay, in addition to precautions needed while reading the clinical thermometer, the laboratory thermometer should be kept in a upright, not tilted. Dapat nakatuwid. Okay? Pag nagbabasa din tayo, nakatuwid din yung yung laboratory thermometer. So the bulb should be surrounded from all sides of the substance of which the temperature should be measured. So the bulb should not touch to the surface of the container. Ibig sabihin, pag tayo ay gumamit ng laboratory thermometer na kumukulong tubig, hindi po na dapat natin i-touch doon sa bottom. Okay? Kundi sa water surface lang po. Ito po yung tinatawag nating maximum minimum thermometer na makikita natin sa loob ng bahay na ginagamit ito ng mga reported in weather reports. Okay? Ito na po yung digital thermometer na ginagamit natin. Wala po tong mercury. Okay? Wala po tong mercury. Okay, mercury is very toxic substance. It's very difficult to dispose if a thermometer breaks. But this type of thermometer, mas mabilis, mas hindi siya delikado. Okay, ito digital na pong tawag ito. Pero the bad thing is, minsan hindi po accurate ito. Okay, ang pinagkaiba lang po ng clinical sa digital, ang clinical accurate pero harmful. Ito naman yung digital, hindi siya masyado accurate pero safe po gamitin. Net transfer of heat, may conduction, convection, and radiation. Ito po yung mga apat na mga materials or bagay na dapat yung tandaan pag ang heat ay nag-transfer. Okay, conduction, mula po dito, the process by which heat is transferred from this candle from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. In solids, generally, the liquid or the heat is transferred the process of conduction. Okay, conductors, best example of conductors, aluminum, iron, and copper. Okay, which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. Insulators class, these are the materials that do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors or insulators of heat. So best example, plastic, wood, and rubber. Ang convection po ay from the hot surface and then doon po sa kettle, tapos yung kettle magta-transfer po ng energy doon sa tubig, ang tawag po natin doon ay convection. Basta pag ang kettle ay nag-transfer ng heat doon sa material sa loob ng pinapakuluan, ang tawag po doon natin ay convection. Okay, ito po yung example po. Okay, ito yung radiation, obviously, ang apoy o yung heat nagpo-produce ng radiation, tatama po sa kettle, tapos yung kettle magta-transfer energy dun sa tubig, so ang tawag natin convection. Pag ang kettle naman ay yung energy o yung heat energy ng kettle lumipat dito sa hawakan, conduction po yan. Depende po to ha. Pag ito po ay plastic, pag ito po ay kahoy, hindi masyado mainit. Pero pag ito po ay bakal, lilipat po ang init. So this is how it looks like on how to transfer the heat energy sa isang bagay. Merong conduction, convection, and radiation. Okay, sea breeze. During the day, the land gets heated faster than water. So the air over the land becomes hotter and rises up, and cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. So the warm air from the land moves toward the sea to complete the cycle. So the air from the sea is called the sea breeze. Ito po yung itsura o diagram ng sea breeze. Ito po yung land breeze. Pag ang sea breeze, mula dagat na hangin papuntang lupa, babalik sa taas. So, at laging tatandaan, malamig ang dagat pag sea breeze. Pag land breeze naman, yung hangin na mula sa lupa, pupunta ng dagat, aakyat na naman. So, ibig sabihin yung tubig o yung dagat become warmer. So, the land breeze, at night, it is exactly the reverse. The water cools down more slowly than the land. So, the cool air from the land moves toward the sea. So, this is called the land breeze. Okay, radiation. May radiation po ang araw. May radiation din po yung apoy. Okay, radiation, it is transfer heat which does not require any medium. Example, from the sun comes to us by radiation, or the hot utensils kept away from the flame cools down and we get heat from the room heater. Kinds of clothes we wear in summer. We need to wear light colored clothes to reflect most of the heat falls on them, and therefore we feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer. Dapat light colors. And dark surface or dark color absorb more heat and we feel more comfortable with dark color clothes during winter season. Okay, this is how it looks like class. Ito dapat ang ginagamit natin pag tayo ay malamig ang panahon. Pag mainit, mas light color. O, lagi po natin tatandaan na ha, dapat magsuot sa tamang panahon. O, kung ano yung panahon, dapat yung sinusot natin ganoon din po. Iakma natin. Kasi mahirap po na mainit, tapos nagja-jacket po tayo. Okay, mahirap po yun. Tapos malamig, nagsasando. So, it's contradict. Dapat po, marunong tayong bumagay kung ano pong panahon natin, dapat iba yung ating sinusuot. Okay, thank you. And that's all for today.